Hello. I am the Prime Minister of the Brown Loan Center of the Domolican Empire. I'll be addressing Molossia and where we stand with them. Just a disclaimer, I do not hate Molossia or any of their members, and I have full respect for Kevin Bow and the citizens of Molossia. Now to go forward. Regarding Molossia's fame and reputation, I mean, yes, they are an absolute inspiration for micronations and have helped made many micronations unique and different. It's crazy how many micronations he's inspired, but not a lot of micronations that he, quote-unquote, inspires actually make it past a year and a half. Or other parts where he inspires. Well, what does he inspire for? What, 32 people? Okay. For people who use 30 people as leverage for Molossia, that's kind of stupid when you think about it, because what has he done for the nation? Anything. I mean, what has he accomplished that is so important besides, Unar a couple months back said Kevin Bow's accomplished more than Domolica ever has. Oh, I don't see them with around a $22,000 GDP. Oh, they're a tourist attraction. Oh, wait, they're an attraction. Whoa, what a surprise. What have they done to help towards the community, the micronational community in itself as a whole? What have they done to accomplish besides make a few nations that only last maybe a year or so? I mean, just no help at all. And you're also kind of, I don't want to say a stain, because that's kind of insulting, misleading the public to the image of what a micronation really is. We don't want to see that, oh, we're just some house in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's stupid in a way, but I'm not calling anybody stupid here. I'm just saying it's stupid how it's an attraction and it's gotten so much leverage from the micronational community as just an attraction. What have they accomplished? I mean, think of the Catan incident. Domolica, Fitzerland, New Westphalia, House of Mithras, Guandania, I think, did too. Sartonia, Varsky Republics, Virgin Republic, Bronland, but at the time it was fascist state of Sinkio, and then it was Brownland. But yeah, Brownland, all of them just helped a lot with Catan. Domolica had some part in it. They didn't help against Catan. And you may say, oh, it's not their place. The Virgin Republic is in England. Or not England, like Scotland. They helped as much as they could. Molossia had just as much of the right to stand up against Catan as any other micronation. You could be across the world and still go against Catan. You can't say it's not their place, because as a micronational community as a whole, we need to stand up for what's right. Not for your reputation. You have to stand up for what's right. And when you seek something that's done in the shadows, will soon be shown in the light. Now, moving on to what was a rant. Molossia's rocket program. Now, I'm not going to make this do a humble brag, or boasting about our rocket program, which I will try my best not to. Their rocket program, it is not legitimate. I'm just putting that out there. They have done nothing to advance their micronation into any form or shape. They had this tiny little rocket, model rocket, which, heck, even our first rocket was bigger than that, but yeah, that's just one of many signs that they have not tried to accomplish anything or try to push the micronational community forth. in our regards to simulationism. It's not a simulation. Or, saying, having all these fake wars, but declaring war in East Germany. Really. That's like the nation of Belize declaring war on the United States. I don't know. It's not a simulation. I want to say an attraction, but it's not so much as an attraction. It's more just a micronation that has done no more than one thing, which is just having a micronation that's the size of a house. I mean, I don't understand how Molossia is all over. It's on the news channels, on some news channels, on YouTube, on everywhere. 32 people. What have you accomplished? Nothing really, not much besides some inspiration, which could have been spawned by something else. And the people that say that our wars are simulations, no, we used BB guns because that's the only thing we could fight with or even get our hands on, and it got pretty gruesome to say the least. It was an issue, and we've resolved that, and now it's just we're using aerosol sprays like deodorant, like Axe, Old Spice sprays to defend against those Confederate revolutionists in our Matthewithia territory. And I don't see how that's a simulation because we're actually trying to defend. We're using it in a form of self-defense to defend our nation. And the parts where it comes to suburban areas where we have our wars in that Candiria, we're Groton Candiria, which is once a golf course. Those are more of sphere of influences. We don't own that. It's just you have this area of land that you need to protect, like Delvera, sphere of influence, and it's just more sphere. In our past wars, they were just really stupid and childish. And speaking of childish, and a lot of this has gone out into the community. Even Molossia, they think that being an older micronation makes them better. We've accomplished more than Molossia in 5.5 years, almost 6 years, than they have in about 30. Think of that. Although we do have more access to agricultural income, and agriculture is about 95% of our GDP. You can't make it something out like that. And you think that age, there's a difference between age and maturity. You could be 40 and still act like a child. Yeah, most of, if not all of the members of Domolica, or the state of Bradlow, are pretty mature for their age. More than usual. Including I. And really, it's an insult, in a way, when to think that they have gotten more leverage than Domolica, or Bradlow, in itself is really successful compared to most other micronations. And it's just, I don't know, it's just, I have no hate for Molossia, and it's just attractionism and simulationism in that type of form. It's just a stain in our community. We just need to stomp it out. Must be stomped out. And going back to the inspiration thing, yeah, they a little bit of 2017 when I was first learning that micronations was an actual thing. We used to call ourselves micro-colonies before we found out that micronations were a thing. I didn't know other micronations exist in our local area. And then I found out about Molossia, and then he was an inspiration for me once. And then I looked into it, and I found out this guy's a freaking joke, okay? I'm not insulting. I'm not trying to be mean to him or bully. You know, I'm tired of this type of stuff, and then everybody jumps the gun and defends him like they're entitled to, just because he's another micronation that's more popular than them. You don't have to act entitled to a nation that's inspired people. Don't act entitled to any nation that you have no diplomatic regards to. Kevin Bao, if you're listening, maybe take a step forward instead of 2 steps back. This has been Domolica's Prime Minister address for Molossia. Don't tread on anyone.